I may have earned myself a bit of a reputation for being a PetiteKnit hater, but the truth is I don't hate PetiteKnit or her designs. I'm just really tired of seeing her everywhere. It's like a new song on the radio that's insanely popular and you cannot escape it. No matter what station you change to, that song is likely to be playing. You get a little bit burnt out on hearing it all the time. I feel the same way about social media and PetiteKnit, and that includes content here on YouTube. There's just a lot of people talking about PetiteKnit, making the patterns, and I don't think it is unwarranted. I think PetiteKnit has a lot of great patterns. Like I said, I'm just tired of seeing it everywhere. And I really think that social media can be really divisive and inflammatory on what seems to be the most benign topics like PetiteKnit. And I can't say I'm not guilty of feeding the flame, so to speak, but I hope I never gave the impression that I absolutely hate everything that PetiteKnit does, but instead the impression that I'm just mildly annoyed about seeing her everywhere, which I think is a lot closer to the reality of how I feel about PetiteKnit personally. So yeah, everyone on the internet has a hot take or a hill that they want to die on when it comes to a certain topic, and I think I see that a lot when it comes to PetiteKnit and other designers sort of in that sphere, particularly as it relates to size inclusivity, which I'm not going to be getting into in this video. But a lot of people are very quick to say, this is good, this is bad. Everything is very black and white. You're either with us or against us. You either support us or you're actively tearing us down. I see this a lot within the knitting community, and I just think it's a bit extreme. It's just not that serious. So yeah, in the age of social media, it just seems like nuance gets lost. Nobody's talking about, okay, they don't do this thing great, but they do X, Y, and Z great, and this is why I'm choosing to knit a pattern from them, or anything. If we want to keep it on topic, you're in one of two camps. You either hate PetiteKnit, everything that they do, everything that they stand for, or you love them. Every pattern they release, you're jumping on it. The loudest people on the internet tend to be the people who are in one of those two camps. And I'm firmly placing myself in the middle. I don't hate her or any of her designs. I am just tired of seeing her stuff everywhere, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. But in an act of good faith, I wanted to take a chance to give PetiteKnit her flowers, so to speak, and share a few of her designs that I actually really like and I plan to make myself. Before I get into the patterns themselves, I think it would be worth the time to share some of the things that I think PetiteKnit does really well. Number one is wardrobe staples. According to Erica Ball, clothing staples are versatile pieces that you can wear in different ways and in different situations. They are classic items in your wardrobe that never go out of style. And when I look at PetiteKnit's designs, I see a lot of what you might consider wardrobe staples. I would say most of what she designs are not super statement pieces, all over color work or all over cable. She has a lot of basic pieces that you can dress up or dress down that look really good with a lot of different outfit choices and on a lot of different body types. And I also think the way she styles and photographs the pieces highlights that wardrobe staple element to them. And speaking of how she photographs and styles her pieces, the second thing I think PetiteKnit does really well is perfecting her brand. Now, I am not a marketing expert. I don't have all of the lingo down pat, but when I go to PetiteKnit's Instagram page, I feel like every post that she shares tells a visual story. Like, she's not just wearing a sweater that she happened to design. She's perched at a cute cafe on a beautiful historic cobblestone street, sipping on a perfectly crafted latte and eating a pastry. And one of her like 17 perfectly behaved children is slightly off frame entertaining themselves. So yeah, she sort of advertises a lifestyle, very cozy, very chic, very Scandi, and she does it well. And I think that's what draws a lot of people to PetiteKnit, because again, it's not just the items that she designs, it's how she presents them in such a way that makes a lot of people think, if I knit that thing she's wearing, my life will look like that too. And obviously that's not true, but that is so much of what marketing, good marketing, is designed to do. And I think she does it really well. And the third thing I think she does really well is having something for everyone, from understated to ornate, from accessories to home goods to garments. I think most knitters will be able to find something that they really like in PetiteKnit's portfolio of designs. Size inclusivity aside, I think if we kind of look at the surface level of the types of designs that she puts out, I can confidently say any knitter could find something that they would be willing to make. And a lot of designers don't have such an extensive and diverse portfolio to where every single knitter could find something that they want to make. And I think PetiteKnit has done that really well. I mean, it's in part how long she's been doing this and how prolific of a designer she is. Every time I look up, there's something new from PetiteKnit that everybody's going crazy over. She's just a machine. Like, I can be annoyed by it and also respect it at the same time. Okay, so without further preamble, I will share with you 5 PetiteKnit patterns that I actually want to make. First up is the Friday tee. I have made this pattern once before. I modified it to be a long sleeve sweater and I really liked it. I don't have any major complaints. I think it was well written. I'm happy with how mine turned out, and it is a pattern that I want to revisit in the future in perhaps a different color combination and probably a larger size. It's unique. I've seen a couple of patterns similar to the Friday tee, but I think I like the Friday tee more, and I've already knit from it, so it's kind of an easy choice in that regard. And there's also the Elizabeth blouse by PetiteKnit. This is a top-down raglan pattern, and it features a shirt collar, which I have been searching for the perfect pattern that has that shirt collar, polo neck. I've seen several similar patterns from other designers, but PetiteKnit's version is the one that I like the most, and I do plan to make it at some point in the near future. And then there's the famous or infamous zipper sweater. Now, I've seen quite a few quarter zip style patterns, but I think PetiteKnit seems to be the cleanest. It's really basic. It's mostly stockinette and of course ribbing at the cuffs and the collar and the hem. But because it's so popular and because it's been so well received, I think if I'm going to make another quarter zip basic pullover, then I would definitely consider making the zipper sweater from PetiteKnit over other zipper patterns that I've made. Earlier in 2024, I knit my husband the Phantomist pullover by Wally One Knitting, and it does feature a zipper. The shaping is different, so it is a bottom-up saddle shoulder, and I think it turned out really well. But it is designed specifically for men, so if for a zipper sweater for myself, I would definitely consider making PetiteKnit's version. One thing I don't like, and I mean, she does this with several of her patterns, but the whole zipper sweater men, zipper sweater light, zipper sweater this, zipper sweater, there are several different versions. And I've heard from many knitters that have purchased or read through multiple of the zipper sweater patterns that they are essentially identical. Maybe the gauge is different. Maybe you're knitting to different measurements, but the stitch counts at all of the key piece points, right, are going to be the same. And I don't want to say that's a scammy practice. Like, I don't think it's that serious, but I do think I would appreciate if designers who are releasing multiple versions of what on the surface appears to be the same pattern, I wish it was more clearly called out to what the key differences are between them. Just so that people know what they're buying and can make a more informed decision on whether, if they have one version of the zipper sweater, if it would make sense for them to buy another version of the zipper sweater. And chances are they will conclude that it is not worth buying another version of the zipper sweater. And then last but not least is the Eva cardigan by PetiteKnit. Of course, all of these patterns are PetiteKnit. I really like the wide rib button placket on this cardigan. I think that's what stands out to me the most about it. Button bands are tricky, and in most of the cardigan patterns that I see, there's just something lacking about how the button band is designed. And this is one of those patterns that immediately I fell in love with how the button band was designed. And I mean, there's nothing groundbreaking about it. I mean, it is a 2x2 rib button band that is knit perpendicular to the main fabric of the cardigan. There are dozens, if not hundreds of patterns out there that have very similarly constructed button bands, but the fact that it is so wide is really striking to me, and I like that. And I think something like that will look really good with a set of buttons that I purchased from Denim and Rain quite some time ago that I still haven't used, and I've been looking for the perfect pattern to use them. And I think the Eva cardigan might just be the ticket. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about PetiteKnit, and if you agree with anything I've said, or you think I'm totally off base, or maybe all of my subscribers will leave me because I came out of the closet and I said I don't hate PetiteKnit. But let me know your thoughts. I'm sure a lot of you will be able to agree with me on some of the points I made, and let me know what you think of the patterns and share your favorite PetiteKnit patterns below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.